Welcome to episode number 12. In today's podcast, we are talking about homeschool curriculum. Homeschooling curriculum can be very stressful for many moms out there. Whether we're trying to figure out which is best, which ones will work well for us, talking about how much it would cost. Will this work out in our homeschool this year? There are so many questions that can flood our minds, and there are so many possibilities in terms of curriculum out there, many more than we have ever had in the homeschool arena. In this podcast, I'm going to be telling you what the best homeschool curriculum is and how you can obtain that for yourself. Hey, this is Dr. Monique Adu, a pediatrician turned homeschool mom and keeper of my home. Welcome to my podcast, Sustainable Living for the Family, Health, and Home. In this podcast, we are going to be talking about all things sustainability and always striving to live our best in terms of the life-giving practices that we can do to build longevity and to fulfill our purpose in life. We are going to be talking about things concerning our family, home, gardening, homeschooling, health, nutrition, and so much more. I'm so glad you're here. Number one, your homeschool curriculum should be serving you, and you should not be a servant to the curriculum. If you are finding that the homeschool curriculum that you have chosen is complicated, you have to do multiple steps, you have to prepare all these different things in advance, and you have to be looking into pulling together other resources from other places, honestly, this can work for some people, but for most people, that's just way too much. A homeschool curriculum should not make you feel like you are a servant to it. It should serve you. It should be used as a tool to guide in the teaching of your students and to really give a refresh and a peaceful feeling to your home and your schedule. So, number one, choose homeschool curriculum that lends itself to ease of use and does not require multiple steps or a pulling together of multiple things for you to make it work. Number two, your homeschool curriculum should inspire you and energize you and your children. It should leave you wanting for more. Wanting more of it, wanting to delve deeper into it, wanting to come back. It should ignite questions in your children. It should ignite wonder. It should really help to develop within them a love of learning, a lifelong want and just need to have this continuous cycle of learning, improving upon what we know, and really helping to delve deep into concepts or ideas, information that we need to understand more about. It should really spark that interest in you as the teacher and also the children, because if you are excited about your topic, you will really infuse that excitement into your home. So look into homeschool curriculum that really honestly brings life to your schoolroom. Number three, your homeschool curriculum choice should bring you into wanting to know more and more of the Father in heaven. It should really move you to look around and see all that He has created and just have you to want to walk more with Him, know more of Him, speak of Him, and learn more about Him. It doesn't specifically have to be a Christian curriculum to do that based on my experience, because sometimes certain viewpoints that are taken may honestly not be biblically found or biblically based. It can be sometimes even more so the opinion of the author instead of really digging into the Bible and saying just what it says. Sometimes there are things that are added. So we need to be careful with the curriculum we're using. So when I say it should serve to bring your thoughts towards the Father, it should be solid in bringing our attention to the beauty of creation, the beauty of life, the beauty of us as beings that have been made in the image of the Father. It should just bring our minds always to wondering and being in awe of all that is. It should set up an atmosphere of reflection upon our Creator, from whom all things consist, as we can read in Colossians 1:16-17. It should just really ignite that fire in us to want to know more about Him. Number 4, your homeschool curriculum should not be draining your pockets and leading you, as I had mentioned a little bit before, to be dependent upon having to pull together multiple parts or having to purchase multiple other pieces for it to work. This leads to a dependency upon the company that you have chosen to use if the curriculum is always seeking for you to buy multiple different parts. Honestly, it should be self-contained and preferably even reusable from one student to the next. If you can find curriculum that has some non-consumable basics to it, that is even better. It helps you to use it year after year, saving you money, and you have really gone over the information before with other students, and you can help to teach it to those that follow thereafter, because you wouldn't really have had too many changes from one year to the next because you're still using that same book or that same solid foundation that you have. So preferably, if you have things such as this that are non-consumable, can be reused, that is so cost effective, and it really lends to a more peaceful home because you know what to expect in teaching the curriculum to your children. If anything, it should just require maybe a notebook to take notes in or do the problems in, very minimal things that would just need to be refreshed year after year, but not the full foundation needing to be replenished all the time and all these pieces needing to be added in. It leads to dependency upon companies, and for you, continual spending. Number 5, it leaves you and your family better than you were before. The curriculum should really open your mind to new and exciting things, new information to build upon what you already know, expanding upon your knowledge, and just opening a whole new world to you in the different subject areas, really lending you a rich curriculum that can help you to grow in your mind, in your spirit, in your life, so that you can be ever more increasing in your skills, in your ability to lead, in your ability to engage with others, communicate more. It should lend you with such rich information in your mind that you can just have an easy conversation from a range of topics spanning from creation, the earth, gardening, music, history, science, literature, language arts, reading, and so much more. You should be more well-rounded than you were before and so much better than before. This will also lead to character building, which will help your children to build in these essential skills that are necessary. So look into your curriculum. Is it allowing for you to be better than you were before? Is it rich and uplifting? Is it bringing your mind to the Father, thinking upon His wonderful creation and all the wonderful things that we can know about Him and this world that we live in? These are the 5 tools that I use to pick my curriculum. And trust me, I have been through so much curriculum. And over these years, I have actually counted recently and found out I'm actually in my 3rd year of full completed homeschooling of my children. And now I'm going into year number 4. In my previous podcast, I had mentioned 2, but time flies when you're having fun. I didn't even realize I was already past year number 3. So just think about these 5 tools. These are the tools that I use to help to hone in on the specifics. Now, one curriculum may not be well suited for you. So this podcast, this video is to help you just have some ground tools that you can use. I have my chosen options for this school term, and I'm excited to get deep down into them and teach my children. And I hope that you too will find the right fit for you. And as you do, keep these in mind. Get yourself all organized for the new school term, and many blessings to you as you move on into the new school year and to your children too. And I will see you next time. As always, do all you can to be more and more sustainable and be blessed. Thank you so much for listening and joining me in on this podcast. Please leave a review below so that others can hear about a podcast that you have found value in and enjoy. You can follow me on my website at www.drmoniqueadu.com, as well as my YouTube channel, Sustainable Living for Family, Health, and Home.